Finals day at the German Darts Championship. Could lethal Bisquit James Wilson dance his way to victory, or would MVG lay the smackdown? An unlikely pairing today on High Roller Radio. Yes, Andy Scott, it is the last day of ET10 at Hildesheim. Will we see more monster performances today? Well, the fans were ready and wanting. Packed house for the conclusion of this GDC 18. Caller Kirk Bevins took to social media beforehand to thank everyone for their concern yesterday during the MVG match. I couldn't breathe during 2 or 3 moments, he tweeted, and when I could breathe, no words were coming out, or they were coming out as if I was on helium. Thoughts and prayers for @KirkBevins180 at this sad and distressing time, replied Dan Dawson, always providing comic relief. The hashtag there, pray for Bevins. By the way, as we learned from @BSD987, with Peter Wright's withdrawal this week, coupled with the fact Rob Cross has decided to skip the next 2 events in Europe, Michael Van Gerwen is now guaranteed to be the #1 seed at the World Championship. Get this, even if he takes the next 3 months off. Simply incredible. Thank you, Burton DeWitt, for that golden nugget. There's the lineup today for quality contests as we play down from the quarterfinals to our eventual winner. Speaking of Rob Cross, Voltage taking on Mensur Suljovic in our night's first tilt, and despite this 142 checkout from the world champ in leg number 2, the Austrian came to play. This 96 finish leveled the match at 2, and he poured it on from there as we check out the double percentages through 6 legs at 4-2 Suljovic. Mensur magnificent, 50% for the match and for the tournament. That is solid clutch punch-out power. Double 7 here made it 5-2, much to his delight. The Gentle wins this one comfortably, 6-2 the final. Our second quarterfinal pitted James Wilson against Ron Meulenkamp. Lethal Bisquit versus Ron the Bomb, or as Dan Dawson points out, Ronald the Bombled Meulenkamp. As for Wilson, who had a very important victory in his top 16 match over Robert Thornton, he's moved provisionally, as Burton DeWitt tells us, into the field for the European Championship, and by virtue of that, provisionally into the World Championship seeds as well, all at the expense of Justin Pipe. Well, this double top made a 3-1 lethal Bisquit. He followed that with a stellar 160 checkout and closed it out from there. Double 18 for handshakes. As commentator Chris Murphy stated, he's one happy chappy and through to the semis convincingly. 6-1 the final. I felt Ron might give me a better game, Wilson admitted. I've been practicing. I hit my doubles. Thank you very much. Next up, how good is this? Rockstar v Jackpot promised to be a dandy. Adrian Lewis surviving match darts all over the place this weekend. Could he survive Joe Cullen? The German walk-on girl had to wait for Adrian to sign an autograph before hitting the stage. A bit of a rock star himself, right? Nice 62 finish here to level things at 1. In the third leg, Cullen went 57 tops for 2-1, as pointed out by Double 17, a sexy finish by Rockstar. Hashtag love the darts. He'd make it 4-1 the next leg on this double 20. In complete control, Joe Cullen, who hasn't beaten Adrian Lewis in nearly a decade, hammers him today, 6-1, to reach his second semi on the Euro Tour this year. 80 wasn't himself, he admitted. He's one of the most natural players in the world. I don't know why he slows down. On potentially making his first final ever on the European Tour, Cullen said, "We'll see." Dave Chisnell pouring himself a glass of water, playing well, but certainly in tough against this man, the world #1, Michael Van Gerwen, who, as Andy Scott lets us know, has only spent 20 minutes 11 seconds in dominating his first 2 matches 6-0. How good? Very. Look at this scoreline against the wall. Martin Schindler in the last 16 match, 3 15 darters, 2 13 darters at 5-0 up. Wow. Ominous numbers for Chisnell, but let's not forget Chizzy fired in that Euro Tour record average, an astonishing 1 119 in his win over Mark Webster. Good start too. Chizzy pinning double 16 for one apiece. First leg of the tournament conceded by Michael Van Gerwen. Mighty Mike, though, took over from there. Double 16 here for the first break of the match in 3-1, and he'd close it out from there. Easy peasy. 6-1 your final. 3 matches played, just 1 leg lost. That is utter dominance. Still over 100, he asked, of his average? I thought it was shite. So, with the semis all set, it was James Wilson and Mensur Suljovic to get us going. Remember, semifinals 1 to 7 now. Despite this maximum in the opening leg from the Austrian, the Bisquit was lethal. Look at this. A 148 checkout for break of throw. Big reaction, too. He then kick off the second leg with a 180 and hold for 2-0. What an opening salvo. Credit to Suljovic, though. Fought back, taking 3 on the spin. Double top here for 2 apiece. Then hands raised as if to say, that's what I can do. Let's go. Down 3-2. Wilson would level with his 68 checkout. Very nicely done. 8th leg, how about this? Shanghai on the 20s for a 120 checkout and 4-4. Then the pose, admiring his handiwork. 9th leg, after firing in a 180, Wilson took out what he left, 36. Key moment too, a break of throw for the 5-4 lead. And how about it? He'd close it out from there, winning 4 on the bounce for the 7-4 victory. Despite whistles from the crowd, he silenced them. And look at what it means to him, through to his first ever final on the European Tour, where he'd meet the winner of our second semi, featuring Joe Cullen and Michael Van Gerwen. This one, all MVG. Started in the first leg, too. A nice 86 checkout for a break of throw, 1-0. The world number 1 would run it up from there. 5th leg, look at this. Back-to-back 180s to leave 141. A shot at the perfect game. Didn't get it, but he did land double 18 for a 10-darter. Followed that with a 12-darter. The green machine, absolutely merciless. Look at this finish to close it out. A sparkling 130 on the bullseye. A whitewash. 7-0 your final. He's only lost 1 leg the entire event. Just too good. Unbelievable from MVG, announced at Live Darts. Michael Van Gerwen averages a whopping 114.36 to storm into the final of the German Championship. Ad McDarter B offered this in a retweet. Still, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. High praise indeed. Even Joe Cullen was awestruck. Not much you can do against a guy that doesn't miss, he tweeted. A positive weekend ended on a sour note. So, how about it, James Wilson? You ready? MVG, the 14-1 favorite, overwhelmingly odds-on to win this. Best of 15 now. And what else? Good start for the Dutchman. Held in the opening leg, then fired in back-to-back 180s in the second for another shot at the 9-darter. Not today, but he did take out 76 for 2-0. MVG then pinned double 14 for 3-0, seemingly unstoppable. Wilson, though, got on the board with this double 16 and then had darts for 3-2 but missed. And Van Gerwen made him pay big time. A 118 checkout on double 19 for the nice celebration. Then 6th leg, MVG with another huge checkout, this time 154. Back-to-back monsters, it was 5-1. Wow, wow, wow. Credit to Wilson. Did hang in there, had this nice 85 finish on the bullseye. Then at 7-4 down, he'd fire in a maximum, followed by double 4 to narrow the margin. Then, how about this? A 78 checkout to break and save the match. 7-6 now. But Mighty Mike does it again, breaks right back with an 87 checkout, hangs on for the 8-6 victory, his 17th title of 2018. Remarkable. For some reason, I couldn't finish it off, he said. I shouldn't put myself in that position, adding, I think I played a good tournament. Yes, you did, sir. Good weekend, too, for Lethal Bisquit. Nice payday, his first ever Euro Tour final. But the story, once again, is the world world's best, the world number one, Michael Van Gerwen, 25,000 pounds richer, his 27th career victory on the European Tour. He is the man, folks, winner of the German Darts Championship, MVG, today on High Roller Radio.